Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, we have the latest on AEW and MJF.
A betrayal so shocking on AEW Dynamite it makes a kid cry.
We have the fallout from another AEW betrayal as another big stable splits up.
Oh, and AEW expands their talent relations and developmental team. I'm Adam Wilborn.
And I'm Andy Murray.
And this is the news.
I don't know why I said that in an American accent, but we're here and we're going to talk about the news.
And my best friend to start with.
Yes, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Where's he at? He's vanished.
I'll just text him.
Yeah, of course, you're still in contact. You got a blue tick next to that WhatsApp message, mate.
Definitely not.
I think you just got a single tick at this stage. But anyway, yes, Fightful Select came through with an update on MJF.
No crap, just Sam. This is daily,
Here
man.
he is.
He's
Here
on
he
it.
is. Scoop Dog. Why Scoop Dog is not sticking as a nickname for him? It's really awful. I should know better. They've got an update on MJF, who hasn't been seen since June when he cut the shoot promo on Tony Khan and AEW. You know the score, you know the situation, you know what's going on, but no one else does, apparently.
Nope.
So the latest on this is that not a single person within AEW that Fightful have spoken to has admitted to hearing from MJF since that promo, even though plenty of people... Pardon me, sorry. And that includes plenty of people who have worked with him or who are close to him. They've not communicated with the guy whatsoever. He's gone off the grid.
Yeah.
By the sounds of things, he's not been on Twitter, and now he's not been communicating with other human beings. Now, Fightful confirmed that afterwards, after that promo, it was on the 1st of June, MJF stayed in LA for a little while. He was doing some non-wrestling related stuff. The cast of Impractical Jokers were involved in that. I've never seen that show, but it's a show that exists.
I like it, and I like the fact that they're wrestling fans as well, so I'm alright with it.
Oh, cool. Let's get them on. Why not? I should maybe watch that then. Yeah, brand building and all that. Corporate synergy. Now, he remained there, yada, yada, yada. Everyone they've spoken to, Fightful, that is, they say that they've not overheard Tony Khan speaking about MJF since all of this started either, or since the 1st of June, sorry, I should say. And they haven't heard of anyone in wrestling who said they've even spoken to him since he left. What the heck is going on here? By all accounts, he's vanished. Now, there are still some people in AEW that think he's on his way to WWE, but that isn't based on any information gained since the promo, so nothing has changed, nothing new has come to light, in the words of Walter from The Big Lebowski. MJF has not been backstage, he's not been at any shows, and yeah, this is wild.
This is one of the most fascinating stories in wrestling right now, I've got to say, because, like you say, I think the general consensus, correct me if I'm wrong, is that the whole Tony Khan MJF situation was believed to be a bit of a shoot that sort of slowly morphed into a work.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit of this and a little bit of that, isn't it?
And then he cuts that promo on the big night when all the executives are there, and you're like, this is great, where's this going to go? And now nothing's happened.
Yeah.
And
here.
like you say, him going off the grid, and like I don't anticipate he's going to pop up at, Clash at the Castle or something, because I sense that with all the journalists that we've got, someone would have found out something regarding contracts and blah, 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 and he's pretty locked down with AEW unless they make a decision to, both parties go their separate ways. It's weird for me as well, because I speak to Max every night. So, if people need to know stuff, they should... No, I'm joking, of course. It is mad that no one's heard from him, though.
Yeah, I kind of have this image in my head of just, like, he's going to re-emerge. Someone's going to go up a hill, like a mountain, really remote, 100 miles from civilization. They'll just happen across this shack. MJF
Burberry
will be
shack.
in there. Yeah, Burberry shack. MJF will be in there with a scruffy-ass beard. He's been wearing the same suit for 2 months.
Oh.
He's gone completely off the grid.
Yes.
He's like when Walter gets relocated in Breaking Bad. Oh, well, what's the score there again? He gets like... Did he get sent to like a shack on a hill?
In my head it is.
Or is that something that... What am I even thinking of here? What TV show is going on? Does he even get relocated, or is that Jesse? What... Help!
Regardless, I think this is only building hype and anticipation for his return, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think people are like, no one remembers that now.
No.
The moment that drops, people are going to lose their minds. I just hope he's okay, whatever's going on with him.
Yeah, absolutely. That's obviously the main thing. But I think, wrestling is so fast-moving these days that something being prolonged a bit more is pretty cool.
Exactly. Really excited to see where this goes next. And speaking of seeing where things go next, got to tell you about a huge betrayal so shocking it made a small child cry. Ben Roy put the image up on the screen right now. Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh.
That was aggressive.
It was just
an aggressive.
I mean, it was shocking. This obviously we had the return of the Undisputed Elite on last night's AEW Dynamite, and all seemed well. And story time with Adam Cole, baby. And Cole says he's so happy to be back, but unfortunately he's not cleared to compete. Neither is Kyle O'Reilly, he reveals. And with an eye on the Trios tournament, he turns to the Young Bucks and talks about loyalty and friendship, and the fact that if they can't compete and the Young Bucks don't pick Bobby Fish to be part of their trio for this tournament,
you're not allowed.
How loyal are you? And then suddenly everything goes bonkers. You get Fish attacking one. I always never know which one's which. One of the Jacksons. The other Jackson gets attacked by Kyle O'Reilly.
Different.
I know. But anyway, they both get laid out basically. The Undisputed Elite are no more. But the Hung Bucks may be coming back because Hangman Page made the save last night before they could properly Pillmanize both of the Young Bucks. I did not see this coming.
Yeah.
It was very sudden on last night's Dynamite.
Yeah, personally, I feel like this could have used a bit longer on the stove.
Okay.
They started the angles with the text message and stuff on being the Elite a few weeks ago. I would have liked even longer. I would have liked to tease and pull it away and tease you and pull it away. Like we had the backstage interaction the other week on Dynamite, which was good stuff. But I'd have liked a bit longer for me personally. But I appreciate that not everyone wants their storytelling to be spread out that much. Some people just want the quick hit, the quick blasts of sugar rushes and stuff. And obviously this is something they've really been building to for like 2 years or whatever. But for this individual moment, yeah, I could have used a little bit more beyond that. But yeah, cool. Like I think people who are really into the Elite melodrama will love this. And like he made a kid cry, so it worked.
And for those concerned, the kid was much happier. There was a photo on social media following the Hangman Page making the save, so we're all good, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
But not a good night for stables on AEW Dynamite, was it?
Team Taz have split up.
Oh.
This was sad. My favourite stable. What am I going to... Well, apart from the Butcher, the Blade, and the Bunny, obviously. But my other favourite stable, the 4 coolest guys in AEW have gone their separate ways. This was last week. Hobbs turned on Ricky Starks, of course, after Starks lost the FTW world title to Hook. Taz on commentary was like, what is going on? This week, Taz was like, they acted independent of me. I had no idea what was going on with any of this, so I'm disbanding the group. Wish everyone well. But Will Hobbs made a mistake, and Ricky Starks is going to kick his ass.
He's had enough, hasn't he?
Yeah, so...
leave it to it. I'm washing my hands of all of them.
Yeah, no, bloody kids, stop misbehaving. I'm finished. We had a Powerhouse Hobbs squash.
Did he look 7 foot tall last night? That entrance, I was like, Jesus.
Yeah, they upgraded the entrance, didn't they? But they kept in the power, which is good, because I do that in my house all the time, because I'm a moron. He squashed Ren Jones. It was quick, it was decisive, it was good. Ricky Starks came down and was like, I'm going to beat you up, Powerhouse Hobbs. And no, he got a spine buster and died.
Thanks to the bloody ref getting involved.
Yeah, curse you, referee. So good night for Hobbs. Bad night for Team Taz, of course. They've gone their separate ways. I love all 3 of these guys. Oh, 4. I love Taz as well. And, as a mark for these guys, I would have liked a longer run, but I can't hold that against it because the time was right to send them their separate ways.
What's the phrase? Don't cry that it's over, be happy that it happened. Something like that.
There you go.
Yeah, really, really good stuff.
Happy house. Hobbs.
I feel so bad for Ricky Starks.
I know, poor Ricky, man.
You need a new friend? We're right here.
Yeah, we'd fit right in alongside Ricky Starks.
We'll do the modelling shoots.
With our model good looks here. The kiwi fruit and the cheesy what's it. Gee whiz.
Right, let's talk a little bit about
Nigel Thornbury.
Expansion.
And Phil Mitchell.
What are we on now? August. Like 3 months to go, baby.
It's time.
Right, let's talk about WWE AEW, that's the one.
There you go.
Expanding their talent relations and developmental team. This was announced in a press release that you may have seen Andy Murray sharing with everyone yesterday on social media. Promotions for 4 existing AEW employees. Sanjay Dutt has now got the Vice President of Production and Creative Coordination written on his pencil. QT Marshall is the Vice President of Show and Creative Coordination. Pat Buck, nice to see Redheads getting a bit of a push, is the Vice President of Talent Development, and Tony Schiavone is the Senior Producer and Special Advisor.
Senior
Producer. Malachi Black, no promotion for him. For the Senior Producer and Special Advisor to Talent. In terms of the women's division, you've got 5-time Impact Knockouts champion and 3-time Knockouts Tag Team champion Madison Rayne, who's been brought into the fold as a coach, and he's going to show up next week.
She's on Rampage this week, yeah.
And Christopher Daniels stays as AEW's Manager of Talent Relations. Daniels' team continue to work closely with the organization's Legal and Talent Resources Department, headed up by Margaret Stalvey, Chris Peck, and Mega Parek.
Mega Parek. Who are the other ones?
I think that's it.
If I meant the executive names.
Sorry.
Forgot them all immediately.
Sanjay, QT, Pat, and Tony.
There we go. What on earth is going on? My brain is fried today.
You made a really good point about this.
Yes, this was, the comment about poor communication was becoming a trend, right? So Joey Janela said it, Marco Stunt said it, Brian Cage said it. I think a few others have maybe said it as well, particularly with outgoing wrestlers. Saying, hey, I was kind of like, ignored a little bit.
Just ghost people, didn't it?
Yeah, like that word was certainly thrown around. So that when one person says that, you go, okay, it's an isolated case. When 2 people say it, you think, oh, okay, that's maybe 2. Then it becomes a trend after that. So clearly this was needed. Clearly they needed more go-betweens between Tony and the talent. They needed stronger talent relations. Christopher Daniels was doing, by the sounds of things, one man looking after a roster of over 100. Too much. So this is good. This is welcome. This is good leadership. This is a good decision. You've identified a problem. You've tried to eliminate it, or you've taken steps to do so. And also, Madison Rayne is a consummate professional who will do an excellent job across the board. This is just good. This is just good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really like Sanjay Dutt as well. Really think he can offer stuff like he already has done on screen, but especially backstage
Pat
too.
Buck has experience running his own promotion. Who doesn't love Tony Schiavone? QT Marshall runs his school. He's done a bunch of backstage stuff. He wears
He's Tony Soprano.
He's got a Sopranos shirt. He hangs around with our friend Anthony Agogo.
Yes.
The governor. All of that stuff. So yeah, it's good. It's good across the board.
Right, let's move on to your Twitter questions. At WhatCulture WWE, of course, you want to get in touch with us. First question today comes from Wrestling with Doom. But first of all, got to show you the picture of the dog that he's got.
Oh, wow.
Moose.
Good
boy,
go.
Moose.
Tremendous Moose. Hello,
Real
Moose.
small and cute, just like the wrestler.
Just like me.
Just like WCPW's very own Moose.
Of course. WCPW legend.
Anyway, Wrestling with Doom writes, Morning, King of the Mic, and here with the eel. Oh! It bounced so high. Could we be getting the Hung Bucks winning the trios titles the same night Kenny returns so things can get nice and awkward?
Yeah, I think it's really interesting to think of the potential things that could happen with Kenny coming back in, right? Because previously you'd have been like, who's he going to align with? Who's he going to be in the trios tournament with? Yada, yada, yada. Well, both sides have 3 people on them now. So obviously the X factor there would be a Cole or an O'Reilly not getting cleared, but then he's on the side you probably don't want him on, like if you're buying into this like earnestly and as a fan. So yeah, I agree. I think it would make it weird and awkward and melodramatic in all the right ways.
And he has to come back as a face, doesn't he? It's just going to be Becky Lynch at SummerSlam all over again.
I want to see him give Don Callis the one-winged angel.
I love that. Jason Cruel gives us our second question of the day. Just keeps it simple. Hello, Eel and Mike.
Hello, Michael and Eel. Yes.
They're just going to take our jobs. It's going to be this. Just welcome to the WhatCulture News. I'm Mike.
And I'm Eel.
So yeah, that's what you look forward to when me and Andy go on holiday. With Triple H and Vince in and Vince out, would that possibly sway any New Japan talent to bring their abilities to the WWE? Take Okada, who's done it all, or some of the US guys who wouldn't have to travel so much. I know we had a question about the Forbidden Door yesterday. It's slightly different, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't necessarily think so. like in Japanese promotions, like loyalty is a far bigger thing. Jumps to other companies are far rarer. Obviously, there are exceptions. Like people move around companies. It's pro wrestling. Like Shinsuke Nakamura obviously came over to WWE and has had a profitable career.
Look
there.
at all the world titles he's won.
Yeah, but for the most part, I don't think it's not quite the same as in the US. It's a different vibe, and like if I'm Kazuchika Okada, the last thing I'm doing is leaving New Japan, where he's the undisputed guy these days. So
who's it who signed the lifetime contract? Is it Ibushi?
I'm not terribly
Someone,
sure. If he has signed a lifetime contract,
so I swear someone has signed like a "I'm here forever" sort of thing, and that's just emblematic of something like that.
If he's done that, he's in a lot of trouble given recent events. Per
Okay.
Kota Ibushi. But yeah, like I don't see it happening. I mean, the last example of like a sizable New Japan name who signed for WWE would be Kushida, and that didn't pan out.
Yeah.
That being said, Kushida, maybe not the best suited to American wrestling. He's not the most expressive. I think he's awesome. I love him, but he's not the most outwardly expressive in-ring guy.
I can certainly see WWE trying to get maybe a Westerner who's in New Japan,
Like a David Finlay, a Juice Robin,
Ospreay, obviously, but
Ospreay.
Like whether that would happen or not, I'm not holding my breath on it, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe if we're a year down the line and Triple H's WWE product is awesome.
Exactly. We are going off like a week and a half, basically, aren't we?
Yeah, and the eel is dubious as well.
Yes, fair. Good point. Thank you, Mr. Eel. Typo King gives us our final question of the day. Writing, morning, King of the Mic and here with the eel. What are the odds of
Three in a row.
Money in the Bank being used to take one of the titles off Roman? The contract allows you to cash in on one of the titles and not both. That seems like a lot of admin.
Postman Pierce comes out and goes,
Before
whoa!
you do the cash in,
Actually, it's just for one title. I guess.
well, you don't think the cash in's going to work, do you?
No, I think Theory's getting geeked out, brother. He's getting his ass kicked.
After all they did from on Raw this week.
Oh yeah. I'm not a Theory guy. I don't know if you learned this.
Picked up on it.
I think he was an okay mid-carder, but no. No, like this is a way you could separate the titles out, I guess. But I think, you're right. It seems like an awful lot of admin work.
Yeah, I think you can't have someone cashing in. I'm cashing in, but specifically for the WWE Championship or whatever. Yeah. I think there's more likelihood that, and I still don't know how they do this well, but there is some shenanigans where Paul Heyman says, Drew, technically, you can only fight for one title at the Clash at the Castle or something. I think that's more likely. And if that happens, if they announce that it's just for the WWE Championship specifically, 100% Drew's winning the title in his backyard.
His backyard.
They said that, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Backyard, basically.
In his backyard, 2 countries away. All right, lads, sound eye. I know America's quite big, but gee whiz.
Yeah, I'm going to go home to my backyard, Germany, very soon. Right, let's move on to today's and finally, and thank you to loads of people who shared this and tagged us in this, especially after the dumpster match featuring the Acclaimed last night. John Cena on Instagram. You see this?
No, I didn't.
Simply posted a photo, got me very excited, of just Max Caster.
Ah, very good. Yeah.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
The Vince McMahon line in his rap.
Listen.
Yeah, he's a fun guy. Like,
scissor me.
Scissor
the eel.
Scissor me, daddy eel.
Oh, that's really sharp.
Yeah, he's got teeth, mate.
I tweeted the FDR tweet this morning.
What's that?
One day I'll scissor the Acclaimed and everyone will rejoice. Remember this tweet. It's going to happen one day.
Oh, you've sizzled.
Scissor me, daddy.
Scissor me, daddy eel.
Someone's going to clip that, aren't they?
You bastard.
All right.
Did you say bastard? I would go.
Bastard. Hang on, let's check. Can't say that. Right. Bastard. Yeah, we can get away with that. Sorry, Ben Roy. At WhatCulture. At WhatCulture. We'll stop there. At WhatCulture WWE on Twitter if you want to send us more. Oh, it's Friday tomorrow, isn't it?
Gotta send me
weird Fiends related stuff on Friday.
I have about 20 Fiendmobiles I have to show. But
wacky questions.
Questions. Definitely send me questions. Forgive me if I miss your Fiendmobile. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them, yeah. Gee whiz. You guys went nuts this week. I love it.
Where can people find you on Twitter?
Andy H. Murray. The H stands for eel.
And then you can follow me on Twitter at Adam Wilbur. Follow us all at WhatCulture WWE. And make sure you subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling wherever you get your podcasts from. For daily wrestling podcasts, myself and Hamlet sitting down to review AEW Dynamite a little bit later on today. He's over there. He's stood in the studio. He's just
being old.
He's being square.
See that pile of dust over there?
Right. It's been the news. Like, share, subscribe. You know what to do. My thanks to Andy. Thanks to the eel. Thanks to the Mike. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon.
You ever think of how absurd it is, the amount of animals we've got over?
It's our job.
Eels, flatties, cows. Bye.